Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome to your weekly video. This is for the week of August 11th through the 17th. We're going to pull some cards and see what is the best way you guys can move ahead this week. You know, call in your manifestations, work on your goals, or just get some insight in what you need to know. Now, as I was shuffling cards for you all, I usually don't pull any until the video starts, but two jumped for you guys. So we have Nine of Earth, which is a card, I call it the entrepreneurial card actually, because it's the person who has put in a lot of work, they've shown up for themselves every single day, and now they're reaping the benefits of that. And I am married to an Aquarius who really just announced his retirement. My husband's gonna retire in the next couple of weeks. And now he gets to enjoy this beautiful energy. And I feel like this is the cultivation of so much hard work, and he's reaping what he sowed. This is what I call almost like the harvest card, where you put in all those years of working hard. Or for some of you, it's not going to be years. Maybe you've just been really busting your butt throughout 2025 and you're leveling up. I feel like that's what this card is telling all of us, is get ready for the next phase. Now, another card jumped as well, and it's the Four of Earth. And immediately what I am hearing with it is be smart with your money. And, definitely these cards could absolutely be my husband and what we have been dealing with in our life. But I feel like there's a good message for everyone. The Four of Earth is about, hanging on to material blessings, being frugal if you need to, but it also comes with a warning of not to be too frugal. So don't get in your way so much that you are hanging on so tightly that you forget to enjoy your life. So just a little bit, that was just, I thought I would share that before I start pulling other cards. These two jumped, so we're going to keep it, and they are in the position of what you have been working on lately, Aquarius. So kind of in the past, or kind of the feelings that you have been working with. It absolutely resonated for my husband and myself. I'm not an Aquarius, but he is. But let's go ahead and pull some more cards for you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. My name is Renee. I hope this reading resonates and that you'll give this video a thumbs up. And I really hope that you'll decide to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you be a part of my community. Okay, let's get some information for you guys. What do Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising need to know this week? Regeneration. Okay, this is rebirth. Definitely, like I was saying for my husband with his, retirement announcement, he is rebirthing. He's entering a new phase of life. And this means he needs to reinvent himself in some sort of way. Regeneration, is that what you're dealing with, Aquarius? Is there some part of your life that you feel like you need a change up or a rebirth or an awakening? Don't be afraid to start something new for yourself. Don't be afraid to change directions. It's, regeneration. I've wanted to use these readings really for manifestation, but I kind of have put that away. We're all constantly manifesting. But I feel like for the rest of 2025, we just need to work on becoming the highest and greatest version of ourselves. So rebirth yourself. What does that mean for you? And we also have a leg up. This is a blessing coming your way. Something's going to give you a boost this week, Aquarius, that's going to help regenerate you, put you where you need to be, and experience the material blessings. I do feel like for a lot of you, there is a check in the mail, a promotion. There is some sort of tangible material blessing coming your way, and I'm excited for you. Now, the last card I'm going to pull for you and what y'all have been dealing with is the High Priestess. This is Pisces energy, but it is also you really paying attention to your inner guide, paying attention to the intuitive hunches that you get. And that's going to help you on this path of regeneration. Because as long as you are listening to your inner self, your outer self is going to experience the joy and the abundance that comes from that. Because when we're honoring our intuition and we're honoring our path, there is no greater joy. We're guided where we need to go. We're making the choices that we need to make. We're being fulfilled by that. You can trust your gut, so don't be afraid going forward Don't feel like you can't, because it's very important for you to listen to what your intuition is telling you, and so that you can honor yourself. Let me get a drink real quick. I get really thirsty when I'm making these videos. Okay, let's pull some more cards for you guys. What else does Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising need to know? I also want to invite you guys, if you know your moon sign and your rising sign, watch those videos as well, because you can get some great information there. Let's take these two cards. I'm feeling like this one wants to come out too. I usually only pull two, but those were really standing out. Forgiveness. Okay, where is forgiveness going to be important for you at this time, Aquarius? Do you need to ask someone for forgiveness, or is someone owing you some forgiveness? I mean, did I say that right? Do you need to apologize, or does someone owe you an apology? Let's word it like that. Forgiveness is important. And I always share this story when this card comes up. I was watching years ago a show, and LL Cool J, there was a quote that he said. Somebody asked him, how do you forgive the people who hurt you as a child, who wronged you so much? And he said, I always want to extend the forgiveness that I would like to receive when I mess up. And that's not verbatim what he said, but it was so profound. I really thought it was important, and about how forgiveness is just as much for us as it is for the people that we are bestowing it upon. So just remember that. You don't need to live in the past, and you don't need to be a prisoner of it either. There is a lot of freedom when we can forgive. Doesn't mean we have to forget, but when we can forgive and move on, we open up that heart space for healing and for listening to our intuition, because not forgiving people is a blockage that will only cause turmoil for you. Okay, you also have truth. This card has shown up in, I bet you, 4 of these readings for this week. Standing in your truth and following your truth is going to be so important for you guys. Like I said, it's showing up in a lot of the signs readings. So I'm really just getting that as you are regenerating, that regeneration, make sure you're standing in your truth and following your truth. Being truthful, if you're being honest, where does forgiveness fit in your life? How is that going to benefit you the most? By extending some forgiveness, by asking for some forgiveness? Where is that going to help you live a more truthful existence? Because it's really important for you right now. And we have the Grail Knight. And that is romance, illusion, and seeking the sacred. I definitely feel like regeneration, forgiveness, and truth are all sacred things that you need to be looking for right now. But I feel like romance is going to be important for you this week too. Some of you might really be looking for a new partner or a deeper relationship with your partner. This would be a good time to work on that and expect it. And have it come into your life. Now we have illusion here as one of the words as well. And I want you to remember that don't live a life of lies and illusion. And I feel like that's another reason why you're getting this truth card. I feel like for some of you, there is some, you've been blowing smoke maybe up your own butt, or maybe for somebody else. It's time for you to stand in truth now and be honest about what you want, who you are, whatever that means for each one of you. This is a general reading, so it's going to mean something different for everybody. But truth and squashing illusion is very, very important this week. Okay, what you guys need to know, what you're presently dealing with. We have the Queen of Water, another very, very intuitive energy that's showing up in your reading. Now, this is Cancer energy when I read, Aquarius. So following your heart is going to be so important. And not to dwell on my husband or anything, but that's what he did this week. Of course, we're older, but we're younger in our when you're thinking about retirement. But it has just been on his heart to follow his instincts. And he knows that now is the time that he needs to leave his career and start focusing on another aspect of his life. He's worked hard, he's been smart, and he knows that it's just time for him to make a bold statement. And like I said, even though we're on the younger side of retirement, he knows that it's time for him to do that. Follow your intuition, follow your heart. That's what the Queen of Water does. We also, another water card, Page of Water, a new beginning. Okay, the pages are about new beginnings. It's in the sign of water, which the water signs are very intuitive. When these messages, when these cards come up in a reading, I really do feel like honoring our intuition and our truth is very, very important. Be sensitive to people, be sensitive to yourself, especially if you are standing in your truth, asking forgiveness. Be a sensitive person. And especially this Queen of Water, she is also the most empathic queen, meaning that she can take on other people's emotions, or she can stand in someone's shoes and know exactly how they feel. And I feel like that's going to serve you well this week, whether if you are trying to ask forgiveness for someone, or if someone comes to you and humbles themselves and wants your forgiveness. Be empathic. Put yourself in someone else's shoes in some situation this week. And we have the Six of Fire, Victory. Okay, short of the Sun, the most positive card in the tarot deck, I feel like the Six of Fire is right up there too. This is about you winning, about a victory, about you getting the attention you deserve, the recognition that you deserve. I feel like there's going to be something this week, Aquarius, where you are going to get that reward that you have worked so hard for, especially with this Nine of Earth. That's someone who has really put in the hard work and you know, deserves accolades and deserves to stand in the limelight for a minute. So don't be afraid if that, don't squash yourself. If you get that opportunity, or if someone wants to bestow that on you this week, stand in the spotlight and just enjoy it, because you deserve it. A victory is coming. Whatever you've been working on, Aquarius, there could be really, really good blessings coming your way this week. A happy ending. Okay, let's pull some love cards for you. Let's see what you've got going on in your love life. Soulmates, beautiful. Okay, I like it. Soul connection, partnership, soul contract, life partner. I do feel like, especially with this Grail Knight, you know, romance is one of the key words on that card as well. I do feel like some of you might possibly meet a very important person this week, or you are going to be called to really work on your relationship and take it to the next level, help it level up. But there's a partnership here too. For some of you, this could be a business partnership. Are you in talks with someone about your business, or about starting a business, or them, you know, this leg up? That's getting help from somebody or attention. But you're going to get a leg up on something. I do feel like there's going to be someone around you that wants to help you, and it's really going to benefit you to hear them out and possibly work with them. And we have Coffin, new beginnings. Coffin can be scary when it pulls up. It reminds me a lot of the Death card, and sometimes people freak out when they pull that in a reading, but it's not to be feared. It's about a change. It's about something ending so that something else can begin. And with this Regeneration card, I do feel like that energy is going to be very strong for you guys this week. You're ready to walk away from something else that does not serve you, that's been holding you back. So put it to rest. It's time to move on and reinvent yourself, regenerate something in your life, rebirth, transition. You know, it's time to move on. Okay, what your future self wants you to know for this week. King of Earth, the King of Pentacles. This is Taurus energy. And these two cards here, guys, are the strongest business cards for me, along with the Magician. If the Magician were to show up, that would really be Manifestation 101. But this is you visualizing something in your career or in your tangible world, and it's coming. Okay, there is something, this regeneration. There's going to be a new beginning for you, and I do feel like there is a big blessing coming your way, Aquarius. The Earth energy here, I do feel like there is a tangible money blessing coming your way. It could be a promotion. It could be a bonus. You know, it could be just maybe an inheritance of some kind. I don't know, especially with this coffin card. Unfortunately, maybe someone has passed, but maybe you are going to be you know, maybe included in a will where something is going to be blessing you this week. And you know, not that death is a blessing, it is a sad thing, but when the King of Earth and the Nine of Earth are showing up, I do feel like in your future there is a material blessing coming. And I would love to hear from you guys in the comments if what this means to you, if that's something you already know about. We have the Chariot, Cancer energy. So there's two Cancer cards on the table, the Chariot and the Queen of Water. Listen to your intuition, like I said. But this is also you taking control, getting in the driver's seat, and steering the chariot where you want to go. Now, when the Chariot shows up, I always remind people, make sure that your car is in good working order. Make sure that you get the oil change, check the tires, do all the maintenance stuff that we need to do. And also be safe driving around. Don't speed. You know, you don't want issues with your vehicle. But mostly what I feel like from this card, especially with the business cards of Nine of Earth and King of Earth, I do feel like someone is going to make great progress with some sort of financial or business move this week. It's going to be really a good week for you guys with your career. And we have the Queen of Air. This is Libra energy. So this is your queen, guys. This is also Aquarius energy because you are an air sign. Clarity. Coming up with a plan and executing it. When the Queen of Air shows up, she is very, very strategic, and she knows how to come up with a plan to make things happen in her life and to get that chariot moving. So I do feel like you're going to have a lot of progress this week, a lot of mental clarity where, you know, pay attention to your ideas. Pay attention to the dreams that you're dreaming at night. Maybe journal and keep track of that stuff, because I feel like this is in that future space. It's going to really shed some light for you, and you really could have that light bulb moment that could really just change everything. Now, what your angels and guides want you to know, we have the Eight of Water. It's interesting. This card, years ago when I was learning the tarot, I worked with a man, and he told me that the Eight of Cups for him a lot of times means a spirit around him or around the querent or the person you're reading for. So I always bring that up whenever Eight of Water shows up. Pay attention to signs. If you talk to your ancestors on the other side, we do have this coffin card as well. You know, that's interesting, which is about death. For some of you, I do feel like you could be really experiencing communication from the other side. And I want you to pay attention to it, because it could be a really strong soulmate connection where you could get some really good information about how you need to move forward. But the Eight of Water that's what the Eight of Water is about, is moving on and moving forward. So that being said about the spirit connection, what do you need to walk away from? What is no longer serving you and kind of holding you back? Your guides and your ancestors are really pointing you towards that. It's time to leave something in the past, forgive yourself if it was a mistake, and stand in your truth and get moving. We also have the Tower. Okay, the Tower card used to really freak me out when it would show up, because ultimately it's good. You know, it should have never freaked me out. None of the cards are bad. But when the Tower card shows up in a reading, it's about a sudden change, and it can be shocking. It's that lightning bolt that might be hitting us. But we get the lightning bolt and we get the Tower card a lot of times because we've been dragging our feet and because we have not been moving forward. And I feel like your ancestors and your guides are telling you right now, if you don't want to experience this Tower energy, please listen to what we're trying to tell you. Make the changes that you need to make, because you do have, you know, reborn and transition. We have regeneration. That's the beautiful message with the Tower card, is it is the card of regeneration, because it forces you to move into a space where you're really meant to be and where you can make the changes, where you see progress. So a lot of times, you know, if we don't do it, God does it for us. So get ready for an important change. I do feel like there is a tower moment for you guys. If not this week, it's in your future. Your guides are trying to tell you about it. Pay attention. And we have the Four of Air. I like this card. This is the card of resilience, recuperation, rest, relaxation, that exhale moment that we need a lot of times. And another message of regeneration, because when you rest, your body and your cells are regenerating at the quickest rate. That is what's going to be really important for you guys this week. Make sure that you're resting as much as you're working. You know, you can't pour from an empty cup. And if you are working so hard with this Nine of Earth energy and the King of Earth energy, working on your business goals and trying to move forward in that way, that you're going to deplete yourself if you don't take a moment to rest. Okay, so that's important for you this week, Aquarius. Like for my husband, he's worked so hard. I like that this reading is ending with him getting a moment to relax and rest and just enjoy the fruits of his labor. I hope you guys get that moment too. Like I said, guys, if you've not already subscribed to my channel, please do so. I'd love to have you be part of my community. Please give the video a thumbs up. That will help me so much. And I pull cards every morning and every night here. You can see that in my shorts feed. And I'll be posting another video for you guys next week. So have an awesome week, Aquarius. Sending you blessings. Bye-bye.